Hey there, nerds. I got to see a preview screening of a movie called Cheap Thrills, video on demand, soon to be in theaters. I'll be honest, going into it, I knew it was an independent film. I'm like, oh my God, another independent film? Really? Seriously? Wow, did this one shock me. I was constantly on the edge wondering what the hell is going to happen next. So it stars Pat Healy as Craig, and he's sort of this down on your luck guy. Instant we see from the beginning, he's sort of fooling around with his wife in bed. We're like, oh, cool, whatever. And then baby cries like, oh, well, some of us know what that's like. Interruption. And then the saddest part of that opening scene is he mentions to his wife that she's going to have to get gas in the car. Opens his wallet. He has, I think it was like a $5 bill or maybe a $20 bill. And that's it. And he gives it to her. And you clearly see on his face, dunzo, he has no more cash till whenever payday is. Some of us know that feel. It sucks. Opens the door to go to work. He sees on his door an eviction notice. Damn, okay. Things are clearly going bad. His wife mentions to him on the way out, hey, are you going to ask for that promotion at work? Oh, cool. We get sort of a highlight. That'd be nice. Something positive to go on. He gets to his job where he's like a mechanic at a sort of a Jiffy Lube sort of thing. And he's in the back looking for like an air filter. And his boss calls him up front, starts chit-chatting with him, and then out of nowhere, boom, we got to lay you off. We're downsizing. All right, so we set up this guy. This poor bastard is in a bad way. He goes to the bar to basically just sit there and drink and forget his woes. It's a bad, bad day. And he runs into a friend who he hasn't seen in 5 years, Vince. Now, I did not recognize the actor who played Vince right away, and I love this actor, which shows how good he was able to get into the role. Ethan Embry. I love this dude, from Dutch with Ed O'Neill to Empire Records, one of my favorite movies of all time. I really like him as an actor. So when I finally recognized it was him, I'm like, oh, cool, let's see where it goes. Because he's a really dirty, grimy loan shark dude. Actually, he's the muscle behind the loan shark. So that's pretty messed up. So they're just basically going over their histories, whatever that they've missed. And eventually they meet David Koechner and Sara Paxton's characters, a married couple celebrating her birthday. And from there, things just get effed up beyond belief. Essentially, it's a game of dare where Koechner is daring those two with money attached to do things. And it starts simple, and this is how it's set up with him and his wife. They see an old man at the bar looking at the bartender waitress, and they bet on if he's going to stare at her ass. I think it was Paxton wins. If he stares at her tits, Koechner wins. Well, stares at her ass, whatever. Seems like it's a harmless thing. So it elevates from there to, can those two, Ethan Embry, or Craig and Vince, can they get a girl to slap them first? Who can do it? All right, you get $100. Then they go to a strip bar and a strip club, and whoever goes up and touches the butt of the stripper gets $200. Okay, so they get kicked out of the club, and right as they're getting out of the club, Craig turns around and sees there's a bouncer. I'll give you $500 if you hit the bouncer first. Bam, hits him. And this is the way the night's going. It's pretty messed up. But then, as we get to the couple's house, things go downhill quickly, and we start getting into some serious stuff that you cannot turn back from and you really can't make up. And you basically see the de-evolution of man in Craig and Vince as they go after each other to get more and more money. And we know from seeing Craig in the opening scene, he needs the money. Vince is down on his luck story. We think that he does too. And it's interesting as they're going along because Craig is admonishing Vince for decisions he's made in his past, yet they're in the same exact moment in life where they're desperate for this money that they're taking bets from this couple. And it's pretty sick. It's almost a surviving the game sort of thing, or the greatest game sort of thing, where the couple is daring these two to do more and more and more hideous things that are just awful, that nobody should ever have to do. And when you see the outcome, it's this funny sort of, a dark humor sort of funny, trading places where I bet you $1 I can turn these two people's lives around. And you just realize at the end of the day, Craig has to go home with everything he's done. He may or may not have gotten the money, but he's got to go live his normal life with his wife and child again. And it's just this messed up realization of what you would do for your family sort of Breaking Bad, what you would do with your family, versus having to live with said family knowing you've done these horrible things. It is a fantastic character analyzation. I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I was on the edge of my seat. I highly, highly, highly recommend you check it out. I'm going to go ahead and give it 4 out of 5 Nerdlocker.